Yeah, things are not looking good for anyone right now. Especially not the Basudans. Good lord.
There are a few of us left. We know we will soon be gone, and so we can see our fate as others will see it. There will be little legacy, no great expressions of what we once were. Our technology, our achievements, if ever they are seen again, will spawn none of the awe that filled our conquests. We know our fate. We are being eliminated. When we traveled subspace, the cosmic destroyers took note. When we conquered and colonized in galaxies where we had no place, the destruction and the anguish and the loss were the clarion call of our doom. And so, the destroyers came for us.
That must feel terrible, to know your entire race is going to be wiped out because of your own actions.
This is Admiral Shima. I'll be delivering your command briefs while you're on board the GTD Bastion. I extend a welcome to all pilots formerly stationed on the Galatay. I wish your reassignments could have come under better circumstances. The loss of the Galatay is a great blow to all of us. We've lost many friends and loved ones. We've also lost many great pilots. We will need to double our efforts if we plan on stopping the Shivan fleet.
Things have taken a dark turn, haven't they?
This brings me to the reason for this briefing. Some of you may have already heard, shortly after the destruction of the Galatay at 1900 last night, we received word that the Shivan Lucifer made the jump to Vasuda Prime. The Lucifer fleet bombarded Vasuda Prime from orbit for 13 hours straight.
Oof. 13 hours, that's a long time. They wanted to make sure every single last being of the Bazoons was wiped out, but yeah. This is basically a sampling from a cutscene that, strangely enough, was never featured in the original Freespace. I did find it and edit it in for you guys, though.
Most escaping transport ships were destroyed. All major Vasudan cities were leveled, and most of the landmass was rendered uninhabitable.
A new
all
Fallout.
All of our attacks launched from the nearby installations were defeated. We have lost contact with all Terran ships in the area, but it appears that the Shivan fleet has now moved on. It's estimated that 4 billion innocent Vasudans lost their lives in the attack. Terran Command is preparing to help evacuate all survivors to other habitable worlds in the area.
At least the Shivan fleet has moved on,
What we need to concentrate on now is keeping the Lucifer fleet from making further moves towards Earth. We've been put on standby status and ordered to assist in all evacuation operations in Vasuda Prime and the surrounding systems. We've lost Deneb. Antares is virtually undefended. Vasuda is a contested system. The Banshee laser is now ready for deployment. We've just received a partial shipment of them. The Banshee is specifically designed to take down Shivan shields.
Ah, yes, we got a specifically Shivan fighter killer weapon now. This is a bit of an oddball, I have to say. It's a great weapon, but it's quite an oddball. I'll explain more about that later.
We have also received a full supply of Hornet swarm missiles. These are the best anti-fighter missiles in our arsenal, and we expect they will receive heavy use on the Bastion. Full details are available in the tech room.
These things are not exactly good fighter killers. The Interceptor is a much better fighter killer than these, but these are still helpful. Especially since they're swarm missiles. I'll explain that later.
Pilot attend. As you know, Vasuda Prime has been devastated. Our focus must now shift to the evacuation of the survivors. You are to take your wing to the subspace node cluster in the Alpha Centauri system.
I don't know why, but in my previous take, this mission gave me a lot of trouble.
There are 3 subspace nodes in this sector. They lead to Vasuda, Aldebaran, and Sirius. Civilians will be transported from Vasuda to Aldebaran. Vasudan warships will travel to and from both the Sirius and Vasuda jump points. Because of the strategic importance of this system, we expect the Shivans to try to secure it quickly. You will ensure the safe passage of all Allied vessels in the area. Additional orders will be sent to you as they arrive.
Yeah, I have there are little confusing points of this mission. Namely, how they said Antares is virtually undefended, but we're sending civilians there. Also, hell no, we are not flying Hercules for this mission. They are way, way too slow. Okay, so, our new gun. GTW7 Banshee Laser. Special issue, moderate hull damage, high shield damage, high power draw. This thing actually isn't a laser. It's an electromagnetic weapon that's designed specifically to kill shields. As you can see, very high shield damage. It causes less hull damage than the Prometheus and fires at a slower rate, so you want to be using the Prometheus against stuff with stronger hull plating, like the Sudan ships, for example. Or those Hammer of Light ships, sorry. Or capital ships. But this thing's still very effective against Shivan fighters. It costs a lot of energy to fire, though. It's probably its second biggest drawback. Its biggest drawback being it can only be fitted on 2 ships in the entire game for some reason. Those 2 ships are the Valkyrie and the Hercules. Those are the only 2 ships available in the original game which can mount the Banshee gun. Which is really strange considering how it's the ultimate anti-Shivan gun in the original game before the DLC came out. But either way, we also have the new GTM4 Hornet Swarm Missile, special issue, medium target lock, moderate damage Swarm Missile. Apparently, these missiles are very, very cheap to produce for Aspect Seekers, and because of that, not only can you load a fairly large amount of them into a single missile bank, like that, but they also, it can also launch in swarms of 4. That's why it's called a swarm missile. Or if you're in double fire mode, it'll launch 8 missiles. This thing actually is slower and has worse turning than the Interceptor, so it's much better for destroying bombers at short range or pounding warships into oblivion. It is quite good at pounding warships because it apparently does extra damage, double damage in fact, to hull plating. So yeah, it's not as useful as I was hoping it would be when I first played this game, but it's still a nice weapon to use. Also, you do not have to attain lock for each individual missile. They all follow the same aspect lock. Okay, let's go. Now this first part of the mission, the bonus objective is to protect every single ship that goes through here, and this first convoy can be quite difficult to protect to the fullest extent.
We are carrying survivors from Pursuit Prime to Aldebaran. Alpha Wing, please provide escort. Affirmative, sir.
Now this is why. This first convoy...
We are carrying supplies for our forces in the Cirrus sector. Please provide escort.
This first convoy splits up, as you can see. So it's generally better if you protect one part of the convoy and order your wingmen to protect the other part. Preferably Kappa 4, since it's just one ship. Oh, see, we got bombers coming in.
We have company.
I'm just gonna stick close to these guys because they'll send in more ships to attack these guys. So you have to try to split the defense, and that's what you have to do. You have to split with them. Here they come. Here they come. All right, these are the Hornets, and this is the Banshee. Oh, yeah, see, those things have much worse turn. Oh, there we go. Since it fires 4 missiles at once, if you get a clean hit, it usually seals your enemy's fate.
Engaging enemy.
Enemy wing has just arrived.
There we go. Alright. Wow, see how much power this thing is taking away? There we go. I'm gonna channel more power to my guns. Let them recharge faster.
Kappa
Wow.
5 is entering subspace.
All of the Hornets.
Great shot.
Thank you. Okay, that first convoy's done. Hopefully the next won't be as troublesome to protect as they have been in previous
Kappa
days.
6 departing for Aldebaran. I'm on it.
Now, I always have trouble remembering which jump nodes the convoys will come out of, so one thing I do is I order my wingmen to follow me as I get to the center of the node cluster. Oh, okay.
Terran, please assist us in escorting additional survivors from Basuda Prime. We are heading to Aldebaran. I'm on it.
Affirmative, sir.
They're coming. They can't be stopped.
Roger that, sir.
Wow.
Enemy wing has just arrived.
Okay, here they come.
You must leave this system. The Shivans are sending in cruisers to secure this area. Get away now.
Wow, you certainly perform well under pressure, don't you? Oh, wow. Yeah, see? Those swarmers are hard to hit with, but if you do hit, oh boy. It'd be nice if you could order your wingmen to guard an entire formation of ships. Like if I could just send out one command to order Alpha to guard the entire wing, instead of ordering them to having to order each one to guard each ship.
Kappa 9, departing area.
Alpha, listen up. The Shivans are trying to stop the vessels leaving Basuda Prime.
Entering subspace.
The Vasudans are sending armed transports to deal with the Shivan threat. We are also sending a wing of freighters to resupply them. It is critical that these freighters make it to their destination. You must ensure that they make it safely to their jump points. Carry on, Alpha 1.
U-wing requesting escort to Basuda. We are assisting the counterattack. This is Kappa 10, entering subspace. I'm on it,
sir.
Roger that, sir.
Why are these?
We have company.
Why are these guys pre-damaged? Did they run into trouble before coming here? Oh boy. These Bastils can royally screw them up if you let them. Especially since they're armed with the Shivan counterpart to the Hornet. The spammer missiles, as I call them. Because, well, I think they cause slightly less damage per hit than the Hornets do. But they can be fired much more frequently. And they don't cause much less damage. So those spammer missiles can be a serious problem. In fact, they can actually do some pretty nasty chip damage to destroyer-class capital ships if you let them go unchecked. And Basilisk can carry a lot of spammer missiles. They're gonna make it. Okay.
Affirmative, sir.
And back to the center. Okay, hold on. I need to use the bathroom.
U-wing
Okay, then.
departing.
Hang on, I don't know if my wingmen get scripted orders when they when a convoy shows up to protect the convoy. I'm gonna check that real quick. When the next one shows up, that is.
This is Kappa. Please provide cover for us. Our destination is Aldebaran.
Looks like they don't. Okay.
I'm on it.
Enemy wing has...
Affirmative, sir.
Roger that, sir.
Fighter on your tail, sir!
Ah! Ouch. Crap. Yeah, counters don't always work. Important thing to note. Okay. So far, so good. They'll probably be sending in more. I think this is where the Shivan attacks step up. Yep. Now they're sending in
We have company.
multiple ways to attack the same convoy. At least those heat seekers don't cause much
Fighter on your
damage.
tail, sir!
My shielding. No, you don't. Good thing I can catch when I hit the comms menu. And the buttons for sending communications are typically not the ones you use for basic actions, so you can't accidentally butt dial, if you will, your wingmen to do something you don't want them to while you're in the middle of a fight. Speaking of butt dialing, I was sharing this this story with some friends of mine at college today. Oh, what? Have we got more?
Company.
Gosh, these guys always
entering subspace.
These guys always try to spoil our parties, don't they? No! Alright. Okay, we gotta kill these guys quick before the next convoy shows up. Damn it!
Theta Wing here. We are resupplying the student forces in Vasuda Prime.
I'm on it.
Affirmative, sir.
Roger that, sir.
No! Okay, got him.
Enemy wing just arrived.
Oh crap, vassals too. You brought spammers, I brought swarmers! Oh jeez. Speaking of spammers. Well anyway, so this story I was sharing with my fellow college students. Apparently, this was featured
We've got visitors!
on a TV show called World's Dumbest, one of my all-time favorites. Apparently, someone accidentally butt-dialed the cops while they were in the middle of a drug deal and didn't notice it. crap, wow, they are ripping apart our convoys right now. Okay, at least we're supposed to guard the freighters and not their cargo.
Enemy wing has just arrived.
Oh, come on! But yeah, so these guys wound up butt dialing the cops while in a drug deal, and because of that, both of the guys in the drug deal, the client and the dealer, both got arrested because they didn't notice that the client had done this, and because of that, they were basically giving the 911 operator a constant play-by-play of what was going on in the drug deal. Oh, World's Dumbest is so much fun. So many people seem to bash it, and it's kind of understandable, but I cannot bring myself to bash it because I find it so daggone funny. Watch at your own peril. Okay. Apparently that, the Theta convoy is also quite tricky to protect.
Affirmative, sir.
Theta wing jumping out now.
Well, it's totally possible. Oh, we've got reinforcement fighters.
Engaging enemy.
Engage enemy targets.
2 Shivan cruisers arriving.
Oh gosh. They're pretty damaged, but we gotta stop them before they get to wherever they're trying to go. And where the heck are we anyway? Is this like supposed to be in a subspace corridor and each of these nodes are actually exits from subspace, or...
One Shivan cruiser is
Or
down.
is this part of some random system somewhere? And if so, what system? This is one thing that's one thing that always bugged me about this mission. Where the heck are we? Oh jeez. Hack! Oof! Yow! This thing's apparently loaded up with the same high-potency fighter killers that the nastier of the Shivan ships use. Oh, God. Or... Yeah. Ah! Silly goof hit me with a flail by accident.
Second Shivan cruiser has been eliminated.
Yeah, that's why it's so irritating to get hit by a flail, because it'll knock you around like a friggin' ping pong ball.
Listen up, Alpha 1. The Vasudans are sending in the Macross to help secure the area.
Ah, okay.
You will stay with the Macross until additional fighters can be sent to relieve your post. Protect the Macross at all costs.
Yeah, the Macross is the only ship that's absolutely essential to protect in this mission. If the Macross goes down, you automatically fail the mission. Okay, bonus objective complete. Cool.
Across here.
Protecting
Affirmative, sir.
the Macross can be difficult because, well, they'll be sending in bombers armed with nukes to take out this thing. But if you can safeguard the Macross properly, well, I guess the Vasudans are quite fond of the giving favors for receiving favors policy. You'll see what I mean later. Later as in after this mission,
The
okay?
Shivans are going after the Macross. Stop those bombers.
Oh yeah, if you do not stop these bombers, the Macross is totally screwed. basilisks are also an immense problem, but not as big of a problem as the monsters. Friggin' spammer missiles! Okay. I think I usually have to deal with 2 waves of Shivan attackers in order to... before they stop attacking them across. Or it might be just that one
Alpha
wave.
1, this is Zeta Wing.
Oh, well, that answers my question.
You stand relieved of your watch. Return to base.
Alright. Return to base.
You did an outstanding job in protecting the Vasudan transports. Through your actions, we were able to save countless lives. You should feel proud of this accomplishment. You were also
Heck
able
yeah.
to keep the area secured until we established a stronger foothold in the system. Well done. What we are most impressed with, however, is your protection of each and every ship. We did not lose a single freighter or transport, and the Macross is safe from Shivan bombers. This is truly an amazing accomplishment, and for this we are awarding you the Meritorious Unit.
Nice! Yeah, that mission could be a fairly tricky one to get the bonus objective on unless you know how to order your wingmen around. In which case, it's a little easier. You still have to be on your A game in order to get through, but it's a little easier.